Hi, I'm Gaurav Gupta, VP Engineering at GlobalLoogic. So clinical trials has been in the industry for many years now, right? We all have been in this industry, have seen how clinical trials have evolved in the industry. If you remember 7 to 8 years ago, clinical trial was a process which takes approximately 7 to 8 years. So the incubation of a drug from the ideation to the time it reaches the cell is a 13 to 14 year cycle, out of which half of the years go in the clinical trial process. And the reason of the complexity of these trials is because there's a lot of data that needs to be generated as part of the trials, right? You do trials on different ethnicity across locations, geography, testing the environmental factors, etc., etc., etc. So the challenges for any pharmaceutical company in the space of clinical trials was how to shorten this process and make it more efficient, not only from the time perspective but also from the cost perspective. These are some of the challenges which has led the industry question how the processes can be modernized with the latest technology. And that is where technology helps enable modernizing these processes, and that is where we are trying to work with our customers today. So GlobalLoogic as an engineering service provider company has been in the space of healthcare and life sciences for over 2 decades now. Right? We started our journey in the year 2001, where we started working with medical devices as the first set of customers. So medical devices are the customer who produces machines. We use BP monitor on an everyday basis. This is one of a medical device. We started working with those kind of companies. Over a period of time, we evolved, wherein not only building softwares for these hardware devices, but we also evolved in doing a lot of testing for these devices. And we have matured to a state wherein I would say in the year of 2017 or 18, we have come to a state where we are helping our customer manage, test class 3 devices. What is class 3 devices? Class 3 devices are the devices which are implanted in our body, and they are life-threatening devices. Those devices are tested with 0% error. So that is what we have been doing in the medical devices space. Then in 2019, COVID struck the whole world. Things started changing for healthcare as an industry overall. There was a lot of focus on providing patient care at home because that's how the world was evolving. That's where GlobalLoogic took that as an opportunity, and we created a lot of platforms for our customer specifically for home care patients or elderly patients by providing services right at their doorstep. In today's world, when artificial intelligence has taken over the market, I would say, it is actually taking over the market to be honest, things are evolving in this industry as well. A lot of things are happening in clinical trials where the customers want to utilize artificial intelligence into the day-to-day processes. For example, one of the solutions that we are offering to our customers is how do we onboard a patient for the trial by gamifying the onboarding process. It takes time. You have to get volunteers. How do you gamify that by using metaverse? We have done some solutions for in-house implementations. Now we are offering that to our customers specifically in the clinical trial space. That is what I am offering today to our customers because that is the state of the industry today. Let's talk about 5 years down the road. What will happen in the industry? Clinical trials will get evolved, but there will be new things that will come in the industry, which is genomics. Everyone wants to identify how the DNA can be captured by enabling technology to it. So there's a lot of solutions that are going, and there's a lot happening in the industry because the world is changing towards genomics by marrying genes and technology. So as we talked about genomics, that is one of the evolving trends in the industry today, specifically in life sciences and pharmaceutical industry. Let's go down the road of history to understand how this genomics things has evolved. Okay, we'll go 50 years before. In the year 50s, in the era of 50s, I would say, the whole concept of DNA was discovered. What is DNA? The discovery of DNA was done. Then in the era of 60s, there were sequencing algorithms that were identified in the industry. In the era of 70s, these algorithms started maturing to some extent. They were not that mature at that point in time, but there were combination of DNAs and new species were produced. That was the era of 70s when I was actually born in that era. Then we talk about 2 decades, 80 to 90s, there was not much involvement in this area of DNA or genomics, but there were new sequencing algorithms that were coming into the picture. Segner was one, multi-parallel processing was one. In the year 2000, 2002, I would say early 2000 era, this industry took a turn actually, right. There was a new algorithm for sequences that was identified, which is being used today, which is called NGS, next generation sequencing, which provides very high throughput to absorb large capacity of data to be processed at a very high scale, right. That's the beauty of this algorithm called NGS, and that is where between 2000 and what we stand today or 2023, the industry has changed and evolved. If you just go by the data, by the year 2007, the cost of processing a human genome was $100,000 US. In just 7 years, 2014, it came down to $1,000. If we talk about today, it is less than $600. 3 years down the road, it will be $100, not more than that. This is what, 10,000 rupees in Indian currency, even if we go by the inflation. Now does this apply in 2 years, how this will help India as an industry, India for the citizens of our country. In today's world, if we just see the cost of human genome, the where we are today, and apply to, for example, a blood cancer patient today, the major hurdle for us is affordability of cure for a malignant disease like cancer. Applying genomics, the algorithms, the advancements, and building a platform which can help process this human genome at a very low cost will completely shift the way we treat cancer patients today. No one has to travel outside India or has to put their mortgage at cost to bear the cost or pay high premiums. It will be very affordable. That's how in 3 to 5 years this industry will change the way we are treating our current diseases, malignant diseases, and also will bring a lot of predictability to the patients, right, because they will know well in advance that they are advancing towards a malignant disease like cancer, and treatment being affordable can be brought in time, so the life expectancy will go high, everyone will live more. That's genomics will help. So we can definitely change the expectancy of our citizens. How? That's where GlobalLoogic will bring in its expertise of last 2 decades by bringing in technologies like cloud, because there's a lot of data that will be produced, need to be stored into multi-cloud environment. There will be lot of security concerns because you're talking about my data, patient data. How do we bring in the expertise of bringing solutions around security? Tying it, both the cloud and the security aspect, to machine learning, wherein we'll bring in lot of prediction. How do we analyze that data? With quantum computing coming into the picture, though there are challenges of the heat that is produced, it is not sustainable, etc. But in 2 years that will also evolve. So if I merge this quantum computing, the cloud and the security aspect along with machine learning algorithms on top of it, we are trying to build a platform which we are calling a genomics platform as a service. A platform which can help process human gene in a very short span of time, and it could be portable across industries, across customers, hosted on any favorable cloud that a customer has already invested in. That's what the future is, and that's what GlobalLoogic is building towards, to help our customer solve this problem on a faster track.